Welcome to Concept with Justin. Today, we're exploring the foundational beauty of classic garden landscapes, focusing on how well-maintained lawn and thoughtful plantings can create an inviting and timeless outdoor space. Whether it's a sprawling backyard or a charming front yard, the power of a healthy lawn as a unifying element cannot be overstated. Let's delve into creating these verdant, welcoming environments that feel both effortlessly natural and meticulously cared for. Imagine stepping outside your home and being greeted by the simple, profound pleasure of a perfectly green, well-tended garden. A place where the lawn itself becomes a statement of care and tranquility, offering a space for relaxation and visual enjoyment. While elaborate features have their place, sometimes the most impactful designs celebrate the basics. In these scenarios, potted plants can be used as subtle accents rather than dominant features. Pots offer versatility, allowing you to experiment with different arrangements and designs. Consider using pots of varying sizes and materials: terracotta for a rustic look, ceramic for a polished finish, or concrete for a modern, minimalist vibe. To add depth and interest, arrange pots discreetly, perhaps on a patio or flanking a less formal entrance, mixing tall plants like fiddle leaf figs or palms with cascading greenery like ivy or pothos. This layering effect creates a dynamic visual appeal, making even a small corner of your garden come alive. Moving to the flower beds, this is where creativity truly shines, though in lawn-focused designs, beds might be more restrained or used as borders. A well-designed flower bed can serve as the heart of your garden, showcasing vibrant colors and textures. For a timeless look, opt for a mix of perennials like lavender, hydrangeas, and daylilies. These flowers not only bloom beautifully but also return year after year with minimal maintenance. To enhance the visual impact, create layers within the flower bed: taller plants at the back, medium-height flowers or shrubs in the middle, and low-growing ground cover at the front. The result is a cascading effect that draws the eye and creates a sense of abundance. No garden oasis or classic yard is complete without a thoughtfully designed pathway. Pathways are not just functional. They guide visitors through your space and set the tone for the entire landscape. For a sleek and contemporary look, consider using large stone slabs with pebbles placed in between. If you prefer a more rustic charm, opt for irregularly shaped stones or brick pathways, which can complement traditional home styles beautifully. To elevate the experience, line your pathway with low-maintenance plants like boxwood or ornamental grasses. The front yard, often the first impression of your home, deserves special attention. A neatly trimmed lawn is a classic choice, often the centerpiece of traditional garden aesthetics, but you can take it a step further by incorporating structured elements like a manicured hedge or decorative fencing. A painted white picket fence, for example, can exude charm, while a dark stained wood or wrought iron fence brings a modern, sophisticated touch. Let's focus on a timeless garden aesthetic. A yard where the star is a lush, meticulously manicured green lawn, creating a vibrant carpet that beautifully complements the home, especially one with classic features like a red brick facade. Imagine a rich expanse of perfectly cut grass, its verdant green providing a stunning contrast to the warm tones of the red brick house. This isn't just any lawn, it's a testament to care, forming a clean, inviting, and expansive foundation for the entire landscape. Accompanying this impressive lawn are select, well-placed green trees and shrubs, perhaps lining the property or accenting the house foundation, adding depth and structure without detracting from the lawn's prominence. The overall effect is one of classic, understated elegance, where the simplicity of the green lawn and complementary greenery creates a refreshingly beautiful and welcoming scene. For a distinctive and modern twist, consider incorporating decorative black stones into your landscape. These stones can be used to outline flower beds, create borders along pathways, or even form the base of a minimalist rock garden. Their sleek appearance contrasts beautifully with the vibrant greens of plants and the soft hues of flowers, adding a sophisticated edge to your outdoor space. The backyard is where you can truly let your imagination run wild. If space allows, create distinct zones: a lounging area with comfortable outdoor furniture, a dining area under a pergola draped with string lights, and a garden area filled with lush greenery. Adding a water feature, such as a small fountain or pond, can introduce a calming element to the space, while a fire pit surrounded by cozy seating can make the area inviting year-round. When selecting plants for your oasis or traditional garden, think about how they contribute to the overall atmosphere. For the lawn-centric design with a red brick house, consider trees and shrubs with foliage that complements both the green of the lawn and the red of the brick, perhaps deep greens, or plants with variegated leaves for subtle interest. Large leafy plants like monstera or banana trees evoke a tropical vibe, while succulents and cacti bring a touch of the desert. For seasonal interest, include a mix of evergreens and deciduous plants. Evergreens provide year-round structure, while deciduous trees and shrubs offer changing foliage and blooms that mark the seasons. Vertical gardens are another exciting way to maximize your space while adding a unique aesthetic element. These living walls are perfect for small spaces or urban environments where ground space is limited. A vertical garden can be as simple as a wall-mounted metal grid with hanging pots or as elaborate as a fully integrated system with irrigation. Use a mix of greenery and flowering plants to add texture and variety. Herbs like basil, thyme, and parsley not only look beautiful but are also practical for cooking. Seasonality is another factor to consider when designing your outdoor space. A truly captivating garden evolves throughout the year, offering something beautiful in every season. In spring, focus on blooming bulbs like tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths, perhaps in contained beds or pots to not interrupt the lawn. Summer is the time for vibrant flowers and lush greenery, when the lawn is at its greenest peak. Autumn brings warm hues with chrysanthemums, asters, and ornamental grasses. In winter, evergreens, holly, and plants with interesting bark or berries can keep your garden visually appealing, with the structure of trees becoming more prominent against the dormant lawn. For those interested in a low-maintenance garden, there are plenty of options that don't sacrifice beauty. Succulents, cacti, and drought-tolerant plants like agave or yucca require minimal care and water. Ground covers like creeping thyme or clover can replace traditional lawns, reducing the need for mowing. Gravel gardens, which use stones and hardy plants, are another stylish and low-effort option. However, achieving and maintaining a perfect, lush lawn requires consistent effort in watering, fertilizing, and mowing. For those who love to experiment, try incorporating unexpected elements into your garden. A mirror placed strategically can create the illusion of more space. A vintage bicycle with a basket of flowers can become a charming decorative piece. Even an old door or window frame can be repurposed as a quirky garden feature. A garden is not just an aesthetic addition to your home, it is a living, evolving masterpiece. By layering thoughtful design, sustainable practices, and a touch of creativity, you can build a space that is not only visually stunning but also deeply functional and meaningful, a testament to the simple beauty of well-tended nature. A garden oasis or classic lawn-focused garden is as much about the experience as it is about the design. Let's begin by talking about enhancing sensory elements, a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of outdoor spaces. A truly immersive garden engages all five senses: sight, smell, sound, touch, and taste. For sight, consider playing with contrasts and focal points, or simply appreciating the expansive, calming vista of a perfectly manicured green lawn against the warm backdrop of a red brick home, accented by carefully selected trees. A mix of textures, colors, and shapes can create a visually stimulating environment. For example, juxtapose the delicate, feathery texture of ornamental grasses with the bold, structural lines of succulents, or the simple, uniform texture of the lawn. Use color theory to your advantage. Warm colors like red, orange, and yellow draw the eye and create energy, while cool colors like blue, green, and lavender promote relaxation. Adding vertical elements, like trellises with climbing roses or wisteria, or mature trees, can elevate the design and add a sense of depth. When it comes to smell, fragrant plants are the key to creating an atmosphere that soothes and uplifts. Lavender, jasmine, and gardenias are classic choices for their calming scents, while herbs like mint, basil, and thyme add a refreshing aroma. The most dominant scent in the lawn-focused garden is often the fresh, clean smell of cut grass after mowing. For a unique touch, consider night-blooming flowers like moonflowers or evening primrose, which release their fragrance at dusk, adding a magical quality to evening gatherings in the garden. Sound is an often underutilized element in garden design. The gentle trickle of a water feature, such as a fountain or small pond, can create a calming backdrop. Wind chimes made of bamboo, metal, or even glass add a melodic quality as they sway in the breeze. For a more immersive auditory experience, plant vegetation that attracts birds, like berry bushes or sunflowers, and install bird feeders or bird baths to encourage their presence. The sound of birds chirping in the surrounding trees adds life to the tranquil lawn. Incorporating touch into your garden design adds another layer of engagement. Choose plants with interesting textures, like the velvety leaves of lamb's ear or the spiky fronds of ferns. The soft, cool feel of walking barefoot on a healthy lawn is a primary tactile experience here. Use materials like smooth river stones, rough bark, or soft moss in pathways or decorative features to create a tactile experience. Even outdoor furniture can play a role. Choose seating with cushions made from natural fabrics or rustic wooden finishes for added warmth and comfort. Finally, let's talk about taste. A garden oasis can double as a source of fresh, delicious ingredients. Plant a mix of culinary herbs, fruits, and vegetables to bring your garden to life in a literal sense. Imagine stepping outside to pick fresh basil for a homemade pesto, or harvesting ripe tomatoes and cucumbers for a refreshing summer salad. Berry bushes, citrus trees, and even edible flowers like nasturtiums or pansies can add both beauty and flavor to your outdoor space. Another area worth exploring is seasonal adaptability. A well-designed garden should remain beautiful and functional throughout the year, offering something unique in every season. In spring, focus on early bloomers like daffodils, tulips, and crocuses. These flowers bring vibrant color to your garden after the dullness of winter. Pair them with shrubs like forsythia or magnolia, which produce striking blossoms. Spring is also an excellent time to refresh your garden beds with compost or mulch and begin the lawn care regimen to prepare for the growing season ahead. Summer is all about lush greenery and bold, colorful blooms. Roses, hydrangeas, and sunflowers thrive during this time, creating a vibrant display. Incorporate shade structures like pergolas or umbrellas to make the space comfortable during hot days, and consider adding outdoor fans or misters for cooling. Summer is also the season for outdoor gatherings, so ensure your seating areas are well equipped with comfortable furniture and decorative cushions. The lush green lawn is the perfect stage for summer activities. In autumn, the focus shifts to warm, earthy tones. Chrysanthemums, asters, and ornamental grasses can bring rich reds, oranges, and yellows to your garden. Add decorative elements like pumpkins, hay bales, or lanterns to celebrate the season. Autumn is also a great time to plant bulbs for spring, ensuring your garden is ready to bloom when the weather warms up again. The changing colors of surrounding trees will contrast beautifully with the still green lawn. Winter, though often overlooked, can be just as beautiful as the other seasons. Evergreens like pine, spruce, and holly provide structure and color when other plants have gone dormant. Add interest with plants that have unique bark, like birch or red-twig dogwood, or those that produce berries, like winterberry. The expanse of a dormant, perhaps frost-covered, lawn has its own stark beauty, framed by the structure of evergreen trees. String lights and candles can add warmth and charm, transforming your garden into a magical winter wonderland. Thank you for joining us today on Concept with Justin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. And of course, subscribe to Concept with Justin for more design inspiration. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.